Hi everyone, this is Ramona coming back at you. I know it's been a long time that I have not made a video. It's Saturday, so no, it's Friday. It feels like a Saturday though, doesn't it? Um, so it's really quiet in here, so I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna make a video. So I wanted to share. I usually don't have anything really to talk about, but this time I really wanted to share something that happened that was really crazy last night. Okay, so I've been sleeping really good lately. I mean really good. I've been on schedule since the kids have been starting, since they've gone off to school and stuff like that. So it took about a few days to adjust, but after that I've been sleeping really great. But for some reason last night I could not sleep. I was staying up all night, and it was around 4:30 in the morning, and all of a sudden I'm hearing the fire alarm sounding. Oh my god. Okay, so it's like, yeah, it's like 4:30 a.m. I'm like feeling kind of tired, and I thought I just wanted to lay down a little bit because I needed to get my oldest one is fine. He can get up and take care of himself, but I still have to get my Nicholas up and help him and bring him down to the bus. So I wanted to get like a couple hours of sleep, but what ended up happening was, as soon as I was starting to get groggy around 4:30 in the morning, yeah, that the fire alarm sounded, and we have okay, so I live in an apartment building in a high-rise, okay? So they have, it's a really nice apartment building, but they have oh yeah, okay, so they have they installed this big-ass fire alarm in my home a few years back. We used to have just the regular, thing, the white thing that every home has, that you put batteries and stuff like that, but this is not. This is central, connected to one huge system, and yeah. So if there's a little bit of smoke somewhere in the apartment building, then about one or two floors surrounding that one apartment will chime off. So there's a woman who comes on a recording that says, if this fire alarm continues to go on, you have to vacate vacate your apartment, right? So I'm hearing the fire alarm going off at 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh my god. Usually it's a false alarm, but at 4:30 in the morning, that's not really a false alarm. You know what I mean? What can happen at 4:30 in the morning? That could be an accident, Yeah. So the woman had finished talking, the recording, and it started sounding again, the alarm, right? And I'm like, oh shit, right? So I'm getting kind of nervous. Now my nose is flaring open. I'm like, do I smell smoke? Oh my god, it's not coming from my apartment because I had a candle lit, a blueberry scented candle. I'm like, okay, no, that's not on fire. I went to go check on my son in his room. I opened the door. I'm like, is everything okay in here? Just making sure there was no fire. I didn't smell anything really strong, but then I didn't want to open my door to smell out in the hallway because I wasn't I was in my PJs. I wasn't trying to open my door, So I was trying to smell through the crack. I didn't smell anything, but I did smell a little bit, So I said, screw this. Something told me to okay, Ramona, this is not really a false alarm. Get dressed. If it's a false alarm, okay, but just get dressed and just in case. And I had gotten dressed. I opened the door. Lo and behold, okay, so all the doors are closed now because they have emergency. When the alarm sounds off, the doors close, right? So it does that automatically. It's because the metal doors are open with a magnet, but like I said, everything is central. That was really weird. That fell down by itself. But I had seeing through the glass panel that there were people sitting in front of the elevator. I guess they lived like closer down the other end. And I'm like, oh fuck, like now everybody else is like vacating, they're concerned, they're worried, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay. So I was about to go back in, but the guy had saw me open the my door. He saw me standing there through the other side of the panel, the glass panel, and he comes in. He opens the metal door, and he was like, listen, I'm just letting you know that there's definitely smoke in the apartment. This is not a false alarm. I don't know what's going on, but you should get prepared. You should vacate. So I'm like, oh my God. So I go back into my apartment. I'm like, Demetrius, emergency. Get dressed really quick. Throw on your shoes. I'm going to get Nicholas ready. And I grabbed my keys, grabbed our sweaters, and then we headed out. I wasn't taking any chances, you know what I mean? So I head through my side of the stairwell, because we have two stairwells, one side and the other one on my side. It was really close. And so we had, mind you, I'm not going to tell you what floor I live on, but believe me, it's like way past, it's almost 30 floors. I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's a lot of stories. It's like 30, I'm not saying that that's how many floors that's the floor I live on, but I had to walk down at least, like 30 stories. And mind you, it's like 4:30 in the morning. I haven't gotten any sleep. I'm so exhausted, and I'm not used to like. Actually, my back is actually hurting right now. But I think I stretched it and did something the wrong way. But yeah, I'm like totally exhausted, and we're headed downstairs. It's like elderly people. I'm seeing like so many people just coming out like in drones. Like we're just like walking down and around. I'm getting like dizzy. My muscles are starting to hurt. They're like starting to cramp up. I'm sweating like a pig at this point. Like I'm like, oh my God, we have to get all the way downstairs. The smoke starts getting really strong, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Oh no. We definitely have to like get downstairs. It's kind of funny because like now I'm panicking after it's over, but yeah. So we get down to at least, I don't know what floor it was. I think it was like around the 11ish, 10ish floor. I don't know. I can't remember at this point because I'm like really nervous, and now there's like tons of people. They've all stopped. So I guess apparently they got the news of something, because everybody's basically stopped around like, I don't know, I guess it was like the 11th floor. And I'm like, okay, so what's going on here? Is this handled? Because what's going on? And so apparently that there was a fire on the 11th floor. There was a huge fire on the 11th floor in somebody's apartment. I don't know what happened at this point, but the security had said, everybody, it is the fire is out, it's being taken care of. Everybody go back to your residence. So I kind of stood there for like, I don't know, like a few minutes longer, because I'm kind of like trying to drink in what's going on, because I'm like exhausted. And I'm like, okay, so we had to like climb again 30 stories up, and my legs are shaking, my legs are wobbly, and I am like, my mouth is starting to turn to glue. Like I just felt like, I had to like stop several times to get back upstairs, and just like, oh my God. And yeah, so I mean, obviously nobody went back to sleep, and we waited until like late day, and I couldn't, because I was so exhausted. So I had stayed home all day. So did my youngest son. My oldest one went off because he actually wakes up around 5ish anyways. We don't. He wakes up at 5, so he's like, that was just a half an hour off for him. And so, yeah, he went, and we just stayed home, because it was just like a really nerve-wracking thing. I was like, oh, thank God that there was this reminded me many years back when this same thing happened. Like, we had to go down and stuff like that, but it was like an electrical fire down in the basement. That was like so many years ago. I don't know, like 5 years ago, something like that. It was really scary. But anyways, so tonight I went across the street because I wanted to get some tea. I like their tea that they have, tea and coffee, but I got the tea. And there was a friend of mine slash neighbor who was downstairs waiting for her kids to come home. So she had told me, I would go like this. I'm like, oh my God, did you hear about a fire? What was your reaction towards the big fire? And she was like, girl, I slept through it. I'm like, oh my God, you know what? We just had like this big conversation. I was like, girl, that's really scary. I mean, that alarm is not like beep beep. It's like like it's not no joke. It's like really loud. I'm like, you slept through that? That's really scary. Anyway, but what happened? What caused the fire was it was on the 11th floor. Somebody, I'm like, at 4:30 in the morning, like what? It kind of makes sense. Okay, so I guess the woman who owns the apartment, well, rents from the apartment, she felt that she had bed bugs, right? I can imagine that, okay, so she fell asleep, she woke up in the middle of the night, probably itching and like, like scratching, like, oh fuck, I've got bed bugs, there's no way, right? So she decides that I can't stand this anymore. She takes a bug repellent spray, and she doesn't spray a little here or there. She fogs her entire apartment. Now, I don't know, like some people are like so petrified of bugs, and it's like, okay, I get, I don't know, I kind of get that in a way where she's like, it's in the middle of the night, like she's filled with bugs in her house, and she wants to like spray for bugs or whatever. But like I can understand that like you lose your kind of senses a little bit. I don't know, but like, oh, Nicholas, get me my phone, please, quick. Hurry up. On the dining room table. Come on. Hello? No, not sleeping. Yeah, you said it's at 3 o'clock, right? What time is it? Oh, between... Okay, so what time should I meet you? No? Oh, no, I didn't know. Okay, well, I'll call you about that one, but I do want to go to the, to your sister's for the bingo night. Oh, okay. Alright, please okay, make sure you call me then. Okay. Alright, thanks for calling. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Okay, so sorry about that. Oh my gosh, how long was I talking? Like 2 minutes or something? I can't cut this out either because this is like the way that, I don't know, this is not my mechanism thing. I'm using YouTube thing. But anyway, so if you're still watching, okay, so oh my gosh, I feel so hot. Oh yeah, so what she did was that she fogged her entire apartment, fogged it, and then she also had a candle sitting on the floor. I don't know why her candle was sitting on the floor, but anyway, she fogged her apartment so bad that the candle caught onto the chemicals and boom, like it just exploded. Yeah, so that's basically what happened. I hope that that woman is alright, that she didn't get caught on fire. I didn't hear that part, but that's basically what happened. She exploded her apartment, and then the sprinklers, we have sprinklers in each and every single room, even in the kitchen. Yeah, even in the kitchen, we have like sprinklers. Like these buildings, I like this building because it's no joke. Like if a fire happens in your apartment, it's staying in that apartment. You know what I mean? We have metal doors. We have these are metal walls, and on each side, like metal. These are metals. Like that, you can't even tap on it. It's metal. So I mean, like that's a good thing. But all that, like the smoke is like coming from it. That smoke is what will come out underneath the door and everything. It's just like because we have metal doors, whatever. But like, yeah, I couldn't even believe that. What do you guys think about that? Like, because okay, so what you may not know is like, okay, so like there's a lot of people who watch me and like they probably have houses and stuff like that, and you need to take care of your own business. So that means that you either hire an outside contractor to exterminate, or you do it yourself. And but in our case, we live in a really nice building. It's run very, very nicely, and nothing is ever like neglected. All you would have to do, all that woman would have had to do the following morning was say, listen, I believe that I have roaches or mice or bed bugs or what have you. Please have somebody come up and inspect the apartment, and by ASAP they will have a contractor out there right away, and they will bomb your apartment or whatever it is. For bed bugs they will bomb your apartment. Maybe she didn't want to call, because like I said, I think she was reacting in the middle of the night, like, bed bugs on me, But also, they demand that I don't know, I've never had bed bugs in here, but I think that they either demand you to throw all your mattresses out, your furniture out, and bag everything, or they force you to they'll give you things to wrap your couches up, and you have to have them wrapped up for I don't know, a few months, until everything's dead, until they suffocate the bugs, I don't know. But then what sucks is that for them is that if one apartment is caught having bed bugs, they have to do the entire floor. That's how they do it, because they don't want it to spread out. Because when you bomb an apartment, they scatter, so they'll bomb the entire a floor, so there's 10 units. Good Lord, that costs a lot of money. But anyways, that's all she had to do. And then I'm also thinking, okay, so she fogged her apartment. Oh my God, I know that it's taking 18 minutes to tell you that, but oh my God, can you believe that? It was really, really scary, and I didn't want to say this. Oh, and yeah. So today when I was coming up my elevator, right? Somebody had got off on the 9th floor, and I heard a whoa, 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 whoa. It was really, really loud. So her apartment is so far gone that they bought in those really gigantously huge fans. They put into her apartment to air the place out and to dry everything, because like I said, her apartment is completely flooded. And on I didn't see it, but my neighbors were talking, and they were like, yeah, the whole side of the building is completely flooded. So I'm imagining the people who live below her, they got water oh my God, can you imagine? I cannot afford to replace these couches. Oh my God, they do give you insurance. They sell you insurance for your stuff, and I'm I don't need that insurance, I don't know, I'm thinking, do I need insurance in my home? Because, what if those sprinklers ever went off in my apartment? I cannot afford to replace these couches. I can't. And then the mattresses and everything else, all the electronics, oh my God. That poor woman, all her stuff is gone. And then, the people below her, gone. I mean, is it going to be, big-time lawsuits and everything? Don't know. But, I'm just really grateful for where I live, because yeah, it's really safe. It's safe all around for different things. Hi, Nicholas. Oh, Alright, I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna stop recording in like 2 minutes, actually right now. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm going to make possibly make another video. Mwah, mwah. Love everybody. I just wanted to tell you guys that, like, that's like really scary what happened at 4:30 in the morning. And I think that, like, that's why I didn't sleep that night. Like, maybe I just had, I don't know, like, that does happen to me. Like, sometimes I don't know why, but I do things. I'm not worried or anything like that, but, like, I don't know, because I was sleeping perfectly fine, like for the longest time, for 3 weeks. And then just that night, I just could not sleep for the life of me. And I think that that was just like motherly intuition, like, hello, 4:30 in the morning, you and your babies need to get out of that apartment and protect yourselves. Like, you know. Okay, so I thought that I would share that. So I'm going to say bye. I'll talk to you guys later. I know I haven't made a video in too long, but yeah. Okay, bye.